Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Westchester Talk Radio, produced by Shark Creative and made possible by Entergy, Indian Point Energy Center, Lapolis Electric, White Plains Hospital, Hightower Westchester, Wartburg, and Park Sterling Realty. This morning, you're listening to Isolation Therapy. This is episode number 10, and I have the pleasure of speaking with both Jan Fisher and Seth Diamond. Jan Fisher is the Executive Director at Nonprofit Westchester. Seth Diamond, the Chief Executive Officer at Westchester Jewish Community Services. Here at Isolation Therapy, what we're doing is we're talking to community leaders, bringing people together, and try to put a spotlight on all the things that we're doing to help each other through this crisis. And what better fitting situation than to bring in both Jan and Seth today, who are doing so many wonderful things for the nonprofit sector, which by all means needs our help more than ever. Jan, I have the pleasure of getting to know you, especially the last couple of years. And I certainly can speak from the heart when I say I know how passionate you are about nonprofits and all of the wonderful work you've been doing for a career, truthfully. Before being the executive director, you ran your own company. And before that, you also were the director of public affairs at Westchester Jewish Community Services. You've done a host of different things. You're the chairperson of the Westchester County Youth Board, a member of the Westchester County Suicide Prevention Task Force, a member of the Board of Trustees for the Youth Shelter Program of Westchester, and the list goes on and on. Jan, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks, Andrew. I'm so happy to be here to briefly tell the audience what Nonprofit Westchester does and, a little bit about why we're here today in general. So NPW is Westchester's only organization dedicated solely to advancing the needs and the interests of the nonprofit sector and the people that we serve. And it's a wonderful job because we do wonderful work. And our mission is to raise the visibility, capacity, and impact of the sector as an umbrella organization. In normal circumstances, nonprofits are the quiet giants of our society. We keep Westchester strong and healthy and economically stable. And we do this very quietly. During this crisis, our work is even more important. I am so proud of all our member agencies, from the smallest to the largest. They serve people across the age span of every socioeconomic background, and they have been flexible, they have been nimble, they've been incredible. And today, I'm really proud and honored to draw some needed attention to the direct care workers in our congregant settings, whether they be nursing homes or group homes for people with disabilities, congregant settings that serve our young people, that serve and bring the issue some more needed attention. So thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, sure. And having said that, Seth is with us today, helping the people of Westchester meet life's challenges and achieve personal success. And Seth, it's nice to have you here today. Why don't we just get into a little bit about WJCS and tell us a little bit about what your mission is and, what's going on at this moment.
Sure. Thank you very much for having me, and great to be with you and with Jan. Westchester Jewish Community Services is one of the largest not-for-profits in Westchester. We provide a full range of services to the community. Our focus is in a few main areas. We have a significant behavioral health presence. We're the largest provider of outpatient behavioral health services in the county, so we do those services at clinics, at schools, and other non-traditional settings, working with people, primarily low-income people, to help them through their behavioral health challenges. We also have after-school programs and preschool programs. And then we have a range of services for developmentally disabled individuals, individuals on the autism spectrum, individuals who are dealing with young adults who are dealing with challenges as they enter the workforce. And then we have 13 group homes throughout the county, and that was what Jan was referencing when she talked about direct service workers. The direct service workers are the primary workforce in the group homes, and they come in every day, 200 of them, to be able to care for about 100 developmentally disabled individuals who live with us in these group homes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what are the group homes and who lives there? Yeah, I think you addressed that, but if you want to expand on that at all, let us know.
Sure. Well, the group homes are primarily for people with developmental disabilities. Some of them also have additional physical disabilities, and they are homes for people. These are people who, for one reason or another, do not have another alternative. They may be that their family is not available. It may be that their needs are so great that their family can't take care of them. And we are, in essence, their family. We provide a home for them. We provide meals and support. During better times, they go and access activities in the community. And we work with them and live with them and are their family during good times and bad.
Mm-hmm. And, what are like some of the daily responsibilities and characteristics of that direct care worker who work in the homes?
So direct care workers in more traditional times come into the homes. They do some of the basics that all of us have as a part of our life. They help with the cooking of meals and the cleaning and the helping people get ready for the day ahead. And then often people in group homes go out to a whole range of activities. Some of them may work either full-time or part-time. Some of them are enrolled in education activities. And then they'll come home in the evening and they'll have dinner again and have some evening activities and then help them with laundry and getting to bed. So the full range of daily activities. In this environment, of course, you particularly appreciate and understand that kind of work. It's not work, obviously, that can be done from home. You need to be able to come into people's homes and have that direct contact with people to be able to support them. And the direct care workers are really just doing heroic work in this context, in this environment, by coming in every day to be able to support and really provide life-saving assistance to people who are in the group homes.
And what if the staff of the group homes are not available? Can the people in the group home, can they go home or can they live somewhere else?
Some of the group home residents do have family members who they're able to live with, and some of them during this crisis have gone, but the overwhelming majority do not have family that can care for them. So they need us. There's no alternative, and we need to be there for them to be able to provide their services. We are, in effect, their family. This is their home. This is where they live, and this is their community. And so that's what you see more than anything else when you talk to the group home staff, the direct service professionals. They feel incredibly dedicated to their residents. They understand the risks. There are personal and family risks they face by going to work every day in this environment, but they are so dedicated. I've been moved so many times by the stories that they tell about how, despite it all, they are determined to go to work every day, to be there for their residents, to make sure they are providing for them, and to do everything they can to make life as comfortable and as normal as possible, understanding that we're not living in a normal situation.
Without a doubt. And, we are praising all of those people that are on the front line, right? The collapse that are taking place at 7:00 at night for the city. We certainly, all the people in the hospitals and everything, but these workers that you're talking about, they absolutely need to be applauded for what they're doing. It's unprecedented what's happening right now. So really, my heart goes out to all of them for the extra work that they're needing to do right now and putting their own lives on the line and to a certain extent. So thanks for that. What other challenges do you think the staff is facing during the crisis? Is there anything else that is particularly unusual?
Well, the uncertainty of everything, of course, is very much weighing on people. How long will this go on? Am I going to get sick? What are will the food continue to be available that I need to be able to feed people in the group homes? Will I continue to be able to be with my family? Am I putting my family at risk by going to work? And so all those challenges and difficulties and stresses are something that they face every day. And I will say, as Jan was touching on earlier, the not-for-profit community throughout Westchester is facing these challenges. Westchester is blessed with a huge array of robust services that nonprofit agencies provide. We're incredibly lucky to have Jan as our leader as we go through this. But many of the services that people count on and have heard of, whether they're in shelters or in childcare agencies or throughout educational institutions, they're provided by nonprofit institutions, and they're under tremendous stress now to be able to have the services and the workers they need to do it, and to be able to continue to do it in a way that benefits the people that we serve.
Well, Seth, thank you so much for that information. Seth Diamond, the Chief Executive Officer at Westchester Jewish Community Services. It was a pleasure to get a chance to speak with you this morning. Jan, is there any way that people can get in touch with you? How can people find Nonprofit Westchester? What kind of opportunities would you want to put out there for people if they needed to reach out?
Yeah, so we're offering a host of information to the community around funding, around services. So they can go to www.npwestchester.org, or they can email me at jfisher@npwestchester.org as well. If I could just add a couple more things. I mean, Seth sum this up so beautifully. I do want to add that a lot of the direct care staff are also leave their home and ill. And there are a number of homeless people in their county who are also, very, very compromised. And our workers are providing care, to them as well. So I always feel that there's never enough time to give all the information, and I always forget something. But I do, want to, in addition, let people know that there is really direct care in terms of personal care that these workers are providing as well.
Well, Jan, I hope we got all that, because there are some technical difficulties sometimes with the Zoom all at one time. There's so many people out there that are eating up the bandwidth, but I think we got most of it. Seth, Jan, again, it's a pleasure speaking with you. I'll remind our audience, you are listening to Westchester Talk Radio, which is produced by Shark Creative and made possible by a host of our sponsors, including Entergy Indian Point Energy Center. You have been listening to Isolation Therapy. This is episode 10 with Jan Fisher and Seth Diamond. We will be back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
All right.